You are listening to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. I am your host, Shanel Scott. I'm a psychic medium and energy healer who has been supporting those on a spiritual journey for over a decade. I'm your tour guide into the world of the unknown, showing you that the magic of the universe is at your fingertips. I believe spirituality is simple and fun, and this podcast will make it easily accessible, giving you the real talk on all things divine and spiritual, helping you to step into the flow. Manifesting your dreams because we all deserve to be living our best life. Are you ready for an adventure? Hello, sunshines, and welcome to a new episode of Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. My name is Shanel, and I am your host and your spiritual tour guide on this beautiful journey we call life. Today's episode was actually inspired by my own healing session today that I had. And it just turns out it's also the perfect topic for Eclipse Day. Today we are talking about the power of alignment. And, you know, it is quite appropriate since we had a total eclipse of the sun today, a solar eclipse, and I was kind of like, whatever, but decided to watch it, and it was gorgeous. I'm glad that I took the time to go outside and see it. But then I had a session afterwards, and it was interesting because this is something that's always come up for me, and it's part of manifestation, and today it was just one of those things that I was like, okay, it's coming to the surface for a reason and we need to talk about it. So alignment. Alignment is this thing where what we say, do, and feel are all connected, that they all make sense together. When we are out of alignment, it can mean or trigger a lot of things. There is, when there is a misalignment, though, manifestation gets blocked. And, you know, everybody likes to talk about manifestation and how to do it and all that good stuff. But alignment is one of the key things. Is if we are not in alignment with that thing that we want to create, how are we supposed to create it? So this can be really simple things like, as a business owner, how many clients do I want to work with each and every week? Or each and every month even, because we can look at it in different ways. So for example, if I only wanted to work with 5 people a week, but an average of 20 people a month, then I could put out there that I want to work with 20 people a month, that's what feels good to me. But then I have to be aware of week to week how much time and space I have open to be able to work with people so that I stay in alignment with what it is that I want to create. Now, if my lifestyle requires me to see 20 clients a month, but I only feel like seeing 10 clients a month, there is a misalignment in the way that I am creating. I am not actually bringing in enough financial flow to live at the lifestyle that I want to live at. So there is a misalignment there. We say, oh, I want to do this thing. We talked about today, the person I was working with said, you know, what is it that you do and how do you want to do it? And I thought that was so powerful because there's certain aspects of the things that I do that I really love doing, but in a certain way, not necessarily in a different way. One of the examples was I love gallery readings. I love doing group mediumship or platform mediumship where I read for a group of people. The readings are short and sweet. It's beautiful to see the connections amongst people and how the stories and the messages resonate beyond just the person receiving the message. But I don't love doing strictly mediumship in a one-on-one session. I do it, but it's not my favorite. But like I said, I love doing it for a group. So there's a misalignment there. And I feel like that misalignment for myself was blocking some of what I was trying to do. Because I was like, I'd love people to come to this group session that I'm doing, but I don't really want anybody to book one-on-one sessions with me afterwards. And I know, it sounds a little crazy, right? But me not wanting to book these one-on-one sessions, these strictly mediumship things, was then blocking anybody coming at all because I didn't want people to come and see me for being a medium. when I love being a medium. I absolutely love doing gallery readings. I just find for the way that I work and the style of work that I do, a straight mediumship reading for one-on-one work isn't necessarily what's going to get us the best results. I often have spirits step in while I am working with clients and have messages and leave again. But to do just mediumship, I often don't do that. Although I have a few special clients that, I'll do it over and over again because I love bringing the spirit of their person through. But there was a misalignment. And I didn't realize that misalignment was happening because I wasn't looking at the bigger picture or the whole picture. And it was just funny how we got to this place over the last few healing sessions we've done to understand that part of my block was how I was offering the work that I was doing. So I wasn't in alignment with the work that I was doing, which was really interesting because before today, I think I would have told you that I was. But today I recognize that no, I need to go deeper and dig deeper and create something that is more in alignment with who I am and what I want to do, what lights me up, what fires me up. So it's a good question to ask yourself. Is the thing that you are doing, is it in alignment with what you are doing? Is it creating alignment in the job or the skill set that you want to do? And I see this with people, maybe you work in a clothing store and you really have a passion for fashion and you love sharing your passion for fashion, but it doesn't feel like working in that store is necessarily fulfilling what you want to do with that. So maybe you create a podcast or a social media channel, maybe a YouTube channel where you teach people all about fashion and putting together outfits. Maybe you work one-on-one with clients to help them to create a wardrobe that feels really good to them or that has little infusions of fashion in ways that feel really good to you, but remaining in your own style. So there's lots of different ways. It's that question of like, this isn't fulfilling me completely. How do I do that? How do I become more in alignment with this thing that I do? This is why so many people have side hustles. Hello? Side hustles. Everybody's got one today. But that's often this piece of there is something that you're missing, so you go out and try to find it. You suddenly are the person that is doing photography on the side or macrame, or you're doing your artistry, my graphic designer started to work more independently and now has a raging business that's like so successful instead of working for someone else because he began to find what was in alignment with who he was. It is so important to find that alignment. If standing on a big stage and, offering a workshop is what you're trying to manifest and you hate public speaking, you are not in alignment with that goal. So how do we create things that we are more in alignment with? And this is one of the big ones when I do business intuition. If your personal life purpose and your business purpose are not in alignment with one another, it makes it very difficult to run a successful business. So that's one of the first things that I'll often look at to be able to make sure that someone is in alignment with what they are doing. Because if there isn't an alignment, then there's a big problem that is much deeper than the problems you are having on the surface of your business. Alignment, man. It is such a powerful tool, and it's something that we don't often think about. But it's so important to look at that piece and to be in alignment with those things. Why are you doing something? And I totally got my finger slapped for this one today, as I always do. But why are you doing something? What is the purpose of it? I was talking about giving back and that's really important to me. Like, at a financial level that I have the financial freedom to be able to give back, that's really important to me to be able to give to charities, organizations, or even just people in general in a way that feels really in alignment with who I am and what I want to share. It is part of my purpose, and it's part of like what I want to bring into this world, is this gift of sharing and caring for each other. That feels so in alignment for me when I get to a financial level where I have that financial flexibility. In the meantime, I do that in other ways that don't cost me money. I have clients that I work with that are on a sliding scale or don't pay anything at all, or that I barter with. I wouldn't say don't pay anything at all, because there's always an energy exchange, Often it's a barter of some sort, but there's always an energy exchange out there. But alignment is so key. It's so key to everything that you do and what you want to manifest. And again, if you are out of alignment with what it is that you are trying to create, then it's not going to happen. You want to be a soccer superstar, but you've never played soccer a day in your life. Well, that's a problem. There's no alignment there. And when I say it like that, you're like, duh, Shanel, of course. But the reality is we don't often sit back and look at those things. Once upon a time, I wanted to grow my spiritual business, that this was so important to me. But I was out of alignment in the way that I was in my life. I was working too much and not being able to fill my business in a way that gave it alignment, that filled it up. So I had to begin to make changes so I became more in alignment with my purpose. I feel like I could rant about this for days and days and days, because it's something that is so important and so key to manifesting. So I invite you to look at places in your life where things are not working the way that you want them to, and ask if you are in alignment. And I'm going to use this last example because I feel like it's one of the ones that comes up a lot, is dating and finding your soulmate, your twin flame, your perfect person. The question will often be, are you in alignment with what you are asking to bring in? If you haven't done the healing work yourself, you haven't gotten clear on who that perfect person is, it's really hard to put yourself in alignment with what it is that you want to create. Now, this isn't just even relationships. This is jobs. Do you have the training? Do you have the skill set? Do you have the passion to be in alignment with that career path or that job that you want to get? House, apartment, even car. Have you been clear about what it is that you want? And is your energy in alignment with that? When I was getting my car, my husband insisted that we buy a newer vehicle or brand new vehicle. And I'd never done that before. I had always bought used vehicles at a lower price point because that was what worked for me. I was a single mom for a lot of years, student, all those things, right? So it took a little convincing to get me into an alignment with his choice. And it was adorable because, he really went to this place of A, that I was deserving of a new car, and B, that it was about the safety, that we didn't even get the base model because the model that he chose was one that had a lot of safety features. And that was really important to him to keep me safe. So we became in alignment with it through the conversations we had, which then opened up the door to actually purchase the vehicle. And it was funny because we had been looking at things, and it was during COVID. My van was dying very, very quickly. Like my mechanic was like, "We are not fixing this again. You need to go get a new vehicle." And we actually went to the dealership on the first day they were open. We didn't know that. We were just at a place where we needed to do the thing. And even the fact that it took, they were trying to sell us what was on the lot, and we were very specific. We wanted black on black because it was a two-tone kind of vehicle. And I did not enjoy the two-tone. And we knew the only way to get it to be the same was to do black on black, which was an option. Everything else had like a tan roof, and I wasn't doing it. Even though I liked some of the colors, I wasn't doing the two-tone, black on black. So even that, we waited. It took a little bit longer to get a black on black, and the van lasted until the new car was ready to go. So alignment is this beautiful thing that you can work with. We aren't always readily available to the fact of whether we are or aren't in alignment, as I got myself put in a place today. And I'm so grateful for that, to be able to see the misalignment for myself and where I need to shift and change. I really appreciate that. And like I said, it's even in that place of like, how many clients do I want to see a week, and how do I want to see them, and when do I want to see them? I need to be in alignment with all of those things. It's really important. So I hope that you can take this into your life and look at the places that you are or aren't in alignment, and how you can shift and change that. And sometimes it's really just as simple as a little bit of a mindset shift. So alignment on eclipse day, the perfect alignment of the sun and the moon, created the most gorgeous picture today. I'm glad that I caught it. I hope you caught it in your area if it was available to you. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm always so grateful that you sit and listen with me today. I love to be able to share my passions and the things that fuel me up, and the little pieces of magic that I think are the game changers that we have in our lives. So go check out alignment, see where you are or aren't in alignment today. If you can energy exchange with me today, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you can like, share, comment, leave a review, follow the podcast, all that good stuff, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me. I do answer my DMs and my comments and all that good stuff. Sometimes it's short and sweet and it's just an emoji, but I promise I do read them and do share. I love seeing you guys jump into my messages and my comments and all that good stuff. So thank you. From my heart and soul to yours. I'll see you next time. Bye now.